have indicated that they are ready, so give a cheer as we are starting this game.
You can go better. Let's give a cheer for the players. Come on. Yes, alright. Okay, so we're getting ready for the third game in this best of 5 between Bblack and iznobest on Ohana.
Right, and here we have spawning in the bottom right hand corner on Ohana, the green Zerg currently being down 0-2. If you want Bblack to make a comeback, give a cheer for him. It's Bblack.
And here in the top left of Ohana, we have currently up 2-0, the red Terran iznobest. And there was much rejoicing.
Definitely. I see that my scoreboard is swapped around, so we'll do some magic. Ta-da! And it's been fixed.
Okay, so I'm really curious what Bblack is going to decide to do here in this potentially lost game for him. He's down 0-2 and he really needs to make something happen right now. And iznobest can just take a little bit of risk. He's not only up 2 games, so he can afford to lose not 1 but 2 games. Do you suspect any kind of cheese or something?
You never know. Unlike ladder games, these best of series, especially best of 5s and higher, they're really mind games are very important. You've played your opponent for a few games already, so you have some idea of what he's doing, and especially since these players played each other before in the tournament, they have some ideas of what they've been doing, what their styles are, and of course you can anticipate that and maybe play something that completely goes against it. Try to expect what your opponent is expecting of you and then do completely the opposite. We have to see if either player wants to do something like that or if they just go and play standard. For now, Bblack seems to be playing pretty standard, getting a 14 hatch. Early scout for iznobest going out as well, just like in the last games. So right now, nothing seems to be too unusual from these two players.
Yeah, and definitely we're going to see once again another bunker out of iznobest. It's been working well for him so far. And Bblack just needs to mix up the game a little bit and maybe do something that will catch iznobest by surprise.
We do see a deviation from iznobest. He has not taken any of his gases. Instead, he is just going for single barracks, making marines, then going into an orbital. We're going to see a gasless expand coming out of iznobest, getting his expansion up pretty quickly, but surrendering all forms of map control until he gets these higher tech units. In the first game of the previous series they played, we saw iznobest doing a 5 racks push after expanding with exactly this gasless expand. So he may be wanting to do this again because it's a build that he's familiar with.
Yeah, we have to wait and see. This time not lose this overlord. Was away safe and sound. And iznobest opting this time not to go for the fast bunker. Of course, Bblack holding it up fairly well. Sorry, we need that.
Here comes the expansion for iznobest. Marines just patrolling to see if they can find any overlords. Barracks going down here at the wall, and this is exactly what we saw in the Shakuras Plateau game in the group stage B. 1 Rex fast expands and then a building barracks at the wall. In that game he went up to 5, get a very strong marine push, and currently he's going up to 3. There's 4, and we may see barracks 5 going up pretty soon.
Yeah, and we see some interesting out of Bblack over here. He's going for a roach warren. So if iznobest indeed is going with this marine heavy style, I think that might be quite a nice decision here from Bblack.
Yeah,
of course the roach is also being very useful against any sort of Hellion pressure that iznobest will try. So we're going to see what Bblack decides to do with those roaches.
Yeah, one thing that Bblack seems to be lacking also when I saw this Shakuras game is that he doesn't really send any Zerglings or units up to front to see what's on the ramp, because this is obviously a pretty dead giveaway that something is coming out, and if he would just send up a Zergling, he could really see that and prepare for it. He does have an overlord nearby that he can send over to see what's going on, but if we look at his vision, all that he has seen right now is the supply depot and the barracks.
Yeah, and that's really, you see something out there almost every game. Roaches are starting to pop, it's only 4th moment, but Bblack's meanwhile also getting coming up running 9 more drones, or 8 more drones coming out here. Yeah, he's just really gearing up for some good economy, some good mid game. Yeah, and it's really going to be coming down to when iznobest decides to be pushing.
4 Marines moving across the map. That's probably just to scout, get the watchtower. It will reveal these roaches that are now taking this watchtower. Marines will be taken out very unceremoniously, but iznobest will know that roaches are on the fields.
And that will give him plenty of time to react. Those Marines will put him right back. So yeah, we might either see some Marauders and Medvacs or Conventions coming out from Bblack now. Burger's going down, so he's initially a little bit threatened, which gives Bblack more than enough opportunity to really take his economic lead, maybe take his third even. Because I don't think iznobest is going to push him really soon.
I think this was actually a pretty good mind game from Bblack. He showed the roaches being actually out on the map, and iznobest immediately went defensive. He figured that maybe there was some roach-ling bane bust coming in, but instead there's only just 4 roaches for some scouting and just seeing what's going on.
I think iznobest just figured out he's cancelled those 2 bunkers. I think he's kind of getting ready to push now.
Yeah, I think so too. If Bblack would have held his roaches back a little bit longer, he could have gotten more out of it, but he does have a very good economy now. He's up to 50 drones against 35 SCVs, so he will be able to get a lot of unit production out pretty soon. Already getting his 3rd, getting his Spire as well.
I don't think I really agree with Josh's Spire, considering the marine heavy style iznobest is going with. I think Infestus would be the better choice over here, especially if he's also going banelings.
Here come the Marines out on the map. The roaches did spot them, so Bblack has to produce some units now, making spine crawlers, getting 8 more roaches. Baning nest is about to complete, and that will allow him to hold more easily, but these Marines are almost there.
He really needs to pick his fight at a good time. If there comes some roaches, I think is it going to be enough? I think this is...
More roaches coming in from the main. Queen's helping out as well. I think he will hold, but he will lose a lot of roaches.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to lose some roaches.
Folks fired on the Queen.
That is already a bit of victory here for iznobest, but those roaches are just going to be barely enough to kill all those Marines. And the push from iznobest has been halted.
Microing the wounded roach back, and this push has been thwarted. So Bblack holds.
Okay, so that's the first push by iznobest that Bblack managed to hold. Let's see how many more there will come this game.
If we look at the production tab, we see immediately more drones coming out of Bblack. He's happy to have held this, and we'll add some more drones. His 3rd is completed, needs to rally some drones there. That's exactly what's going on right now. Enough roaches here to hold any small pushes that may be coming out.
Yeah, and iznobest already staging up his tail. He's adding morale, he's adding stim, he's adding combat shield, and he's adding 2 factories. So those tanks that are most likely going to be coming out of iznobest will be very good against those roaches if he can just pick his fights, especially if he just holds his ramp, because that's of course the ideal position to be holding against those great groups of surf units with splash damage from the tank. And Bblack is actually getting ready to do a little bit of damage here.
Spire has completed. We get +1 flyer attacks going up, but I don't think there's any mutilisks just yet. No, we don't have any. Bblack was a bit supply block, making 5 overlords at once. I think we'll see mutilisks after that, because he's up to 1100 minerals, 1100 gas, now going over to 1200, so he can make...
already having sense. There's 3 blisters coming out. There's the morale. This will be amazing here for iznobest. All of the roads. I think this
Stim is done.
About enough to clean up the roaches.
Yeah, and this will clean it up. But a lot of Marines were killed. There's not many Marines left, and we have 14 mutilisks currently in production.
Yeah, so that's a great mind game here by Bblack, going for roads and immediately filling it up with those mutilisks, because of course iznobest will be going into tanks, into marauders, which have no anti-air whatsoever. So if Bblack can just pick his fight on an ideal position, then...
60 mutilisks in production now. First mutilisk coming out right now, and this push for iznobest will be cleaned up very quickly as soon as Bblack reacts. Stim goes on, he's focusing the hatchery, but I don't think he'll get it in time. Then again, marauders deal a ton of damage, so he may just... And the hatchery goes down. There was no transfuse on this Queen, so he couldn't have saved it with that. But another hatchery is already in production, and these mutilisks are now going across the map, and there's no missile turrets. Well, there's this missile turret. There's a couple of missile turrets, but with so many mutilisks and +1 flyer attacks finishing up soon, we will be able to take them out, and a lot of Marines were killed in these engagements already.
So let's see how much damage Bblack can do over here. One is going down, another one being destroyed.
SCVs being pulled, some go down in the retreats, and he's actually focusing down the orbital. If he can get it, it's big, but it will take very long. And Bblack is forced to retreat, moving over to the natural. Let's see what's there. A single missile turret. And now some Marines are coming in, but the missile turret will go down. Repair goes off, but it's not on time. Some SCVs being chased.
Yeah, and there's just so little Marines here at the moment. And Bblack is going to be able to take off the third from iznobest over here.
Workers killed count 16 for Bblack, 0 for iznobest.
Yeah, that's really not what you usually see in CFT. Usually Terran always managed to deal some damage with those early game Hellions, but Bblack is doing really well in the tournament now.
The fourth is up for Bblack, third is almost re-established, so it's a great economy for Bblack. I would like to see him push out the creep a bit more, because right now he has a single creep tumor and some overlords dropping creep, and that's about it. It's a lot of vision that he loses by not extending the creep. On the other hand, the Terran player has nothing out on the map, with the Mutalisk being a very big threat.
There's one problem with the army of Bblack at the moment. He has no ground army, and iznobest, who now has his army, will be able to add force soon. And with the amount of Marines iznobest has in his army, those Mutalisks are not going to be enough to clean this up. There's 4 Zerglings from him, just nowhere near enough to kill a force this big.
Yeah, looking at, he has 15 larvae and he has a lot of minerals, so he could make a lot of Zerglings if he wanted to.
But he really needs to see this now. If there's a bit coming up, that's really going to help against this Marine heavy force, but I think he's going to lose his part of it.
Mutalisk going into the natural, there's nothing to defend other than this turret. Will he focus it down and go for SVs? Gets the reactor. In the meantime, iznobest is setting up here. Small group of Marines is trying to deflect the Mutalisk, but it's not going to be enough. In the meantime, drones being pulled, but all the drones going down to this Marine meat grinder.
And there goes
Tank is being taken out by the Mutalisks, and now the Mutalisk reigning supreme in the base of iznobest. In the meantime, there's a pretty powerful siege here at the third of Bblack. Now small group going to the fourth, but the Mutalisks are on top of the production, so that will make it very hard for iznobest to deflect this Mutalisk. A single Thor is about to finish, but with a magic box it can be taken out. Thor is being rallied to the mineral line. SCVs being pulled to repair, and that could be pretty strong. Lots of spine crawlers going down. Balings being morphed here in the natural.
Yeah, but really, Bblack really needs those Mutalisks here at home. Oh, the West repairs with authority is not going to get through that. And what Bblack really needs is just something to clean up the tanks at his doorstep. Because
like 38 Zerglings?
that will probably help, but I think Mutalisks are even better for that because they're just so mobile and they don't take the splash damage.
Yeah, these tanks are very isolated, so they could be taken out by Mutalisks pretty easily. Now this small bioforce is going into the spinecrawler wall. Zerglings coming out. Mutalisks are there as well. Banelings are not rolling yet, but they're walking. And he attacks his entire army on the rocks. iznobest clicks the rocks with his entire army and loses everything except this small group in the bottom. Bblack losing a lot of Mutalisks, not waiting for the Zerglings to come in, but here this army is cleaned up, and both players are again back to building up, and we're seeing a very similar game to the previous 2 games, where it's just a lot of damage being done by both players, very scrappy games. Lots of SCVs here for iznobest on the mineral line.
Bblack once again already taking 2 more bases, but Bblack lost a lot of drones in those 2 pushes, and iznobest is actually still on 2 bases over here, so both players are really in a bad economic spot at the moment, with Bblack once again taking his 3rd and 4th, and iznobest still on 2 bases. So the efficiency bit for Bblack is finished. So if he managed to get some investors on the field to get some energy into them.
He is getting a second Spire and a Hive, so we'll be seeing Brute Lords as soon as the Hive completes.
That's going to be just about what Bblack needs at the moment. Although he will lose some mobility over there.
Oh, he has to be careful not to stack these Mutalisks up against the Thor, and he gets out without taking too much damage. Small hit squad of Marines chasing away this Overlord.
And that poor Overlord, he's sitting there at the start of the game without finally taking care of rifles. Bblack trying to put a small vanguard of Zerglings with a build more to be able to clean this up. Stim from those Marines with the Nova Fuel. Older one will die.
Hero Marine gets out alive.
2-2 ground coming out for this is of course Bblack and third form of Zerglings. Some Banelings over here, I don't really know what he's playing with those, maybe...
he may be wanting to go into this mineral line when he knows that the army for iznobest is out of position. Just hide them here, wait for an opportune moment, and then just blow up a lot of SCVs. Like now, for example, would be a pretty good time to do that.
Oh, more SCVs coming over here, yeah. If we take another look at the Incredible over here, we see, mules are OP, what can I say?
It's also the fact that there's almost twice as many SCVs than drones. I don't think it's entirely due to the mules.
And Bblack taking another base over here, but we really need to discreet threat now, because he can't. His map vision is really not that great. There's not a. Do we need to say it? There's a push coming in from iznobest.
Yeah, he's going straight for the 4th base. Bblack is actually evacuating, making some banelings. He's giving up this base. And back to the production tab, yeah. And here we see the banelings coming in. Only
Corruptors coming out from Bblack. He's getting ready for the Brood Lords. Let's see if iznobest can do him in time.
Yeah, Bblack doesn't have much minerals at the moment.
Bblack's completely out of position, cleaning up the small vanguard, and iznobest is going to get himself into a nice position. The first from Bblack will go down once again.
Queen goes down, small group of Marines being pulled back for no apparent reason. Tanks are sitting here killing some Zerglings, and Bblack is a bit scrambling with what to do. His banelings don't have speed just yet, so they're being very slow with connecting with the army of his opponents.
Yeah, he's prepared for Brood Lord, but he lost 2 mine base over there, so he can't really make all the Brood he wants. There's 6 Brooders coming in now, and iznobest is going to run into wall spines, but Stim Marines are more than enough to deal with that. Really, Bblack needs to move out now.
And his Queen is being very bold, chasing this army down, but she will retreat on time. Brood Lords have finished. I'm not sure if it's that big a surprise, because 2 starports are about to finish up for iznobest. So he knew what was coming. And his army is on a retreat, and the Zerglings are giving chase, chewing away at those Marines. Now they're turning around, but this army will get cleaned up.
There is another push.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, first iznobest is not bad. Oh, those Bblack are being flanked with those stimulus. Oh.
Bblack knows there's trouble coming out across the map.
Oh, there goes the Brood Lords in a very nice position. There's a little bit of flank on the left side over here.
No Vikings out just yet, no Medivacs either, so any stim that iznobest does is permanent damage that will not be able to be healed up. Small group of units will get taken out here in the middle of the map. Don't use the banelings. Okay, doesn't use the banelings. Bblack is not remaking his bases, so he's down to 3 bases at the moment. In the meantime, iznobest has established his 4th. He's now sending over SCVs.
Yes, Bblack really now has the momentum to maybe do some damage with those Brood Lords, but he's giving iznobest valuable time to respond to this. Yes, the longer Bblack's going to wait, the sooner.
This base is very low in health, but he's not focusing it, and the army will be able to clean it up. But in the meantime, there's this group of units that is just looking for the bases, looking for the 4th, looking for the 3rd, and is wondering why haven't you rebuilt his bases? Lots of stimming for this Marine. And the natural goes down. And here comes the slow Brood Lords for Bblack. That's the main disadvantage of this Brood Lord army. And apparently the Broodlings took out this very weakened Bioball.
There Bblack lays up the push, but of course we're talking about iznobest, so of course he's going to have another one. Yep, there's already quite a large amount of 3-3 Marines.
Trying to find his Vikings. There we go. 3 Vikings are already out, 4 more Vikings in production. So the window of opportunity for Bblack is closing rapidly, as his opponent is making exactly what he needs to counter the Brood Lords. Lots of Corruptors are there though, so that may be able to help. Everything flies quite directly past this. And this hatchery goes down as well.
More economic damage here for Bblack. Iznobest just slowly the surge is wearing down his opponent, and of course it's going to get remade, but Bblack's economy is just in shambles right now.
I wish there was a hatchery skilled counter in this game, because a lot of hatcheries have gone down.
I think it's about 7 at the moment, something.
Yeah, at least 2 more hatcheries being made at the 3rd and at the 5th for Bblack. His army is going to the side of the map, but in the meantime we have iznobest moving out all the way across the middle, so we're maybe seeing some funny situations again. The Zerglings at the watchtower see what's going on, but this army is extremely slow. It will not be able to turn back in time to defend, so instead Bblack continues to siege. Iznobest spreading out his Marines to different directions.
Yeah, iznobest is going with good aggression, and of course the munition almost 3 tiers, so it's going to be the most cost-efficient unit in the game. Bblack has at least stopped this third year from iznobest, but in the meantime iznobest says, okay, you take my third, I'm just going to lift it up and I'm just going to kill everything the whole year. There's goes another hatchery, there's about 9 hatcheries killed. Now, oh, those brooders going to get killed by all those Vikings. Brings going to get sting, those brooders are down, and all those brooders are going down.
And the entire army for Bblack is melting, and Bblack calls GG, and iznobest takes the series 3-0 and moves on to the finals of the NSSL.
I'm not going to say that they're the same, but it's 3-0 for both terrorists. Holy crap.